What is going on, NFL fans? This is Skull MN14 bringing you my power rankings for Week 8 of the NFL season. Anyone who watched the games last week, obviously there was some weird games, some unexpected comebacks, some upsets, and a weird 6-6 tie at Glendale between the Seahawks and the Cardinals. Obviously, as a Vikings fan myself, having Blair Walsh miss the field goal last year, I felt a little bit better seeing it happen to two teams in the same game, in the same overtime, with Catanzaro and Hauschka. But that's just how the NFL goes. It's always weird. But starting it off with numbers 25 through 32 of these power rankings, as you notice, some of the teams are not in order based on record. That's just how I usually do my power rankings. I base things off of who I think is the better team and who's playing the best at the current time. It's not always going to be who has the best record. The main exception here is obviously Cleveland at 0-7 is dead last, and that is for a very good reason. The Cleveland Browns are at the bottom of the league. You could possibly make an argument for Chicago or San Francisco, but the Cleveland Browns, I'm sorry, but they're just in constant rebuild mode. It's so hard to put them anywhere other than dead last. The only teams in this group of 8 that I could see possibly making some noise for a playoff run would be the Jaguars or the Titans. If the Jaguars can get their offense going, seeing how that division is, the AFC South, I don't have a team higher than 15 in these power rankings, so the Jaguars could possibly do it with their offense. Actually, Titans could too. Mariota's a good quarterback. Those are the only teams in this 8 that I think still even have a chance. All these other ones, they're just playing so poorly. I don't see any possibility they can get out of the basement here. But moving on to the next 8 with numbers 17 through 24. There's a few surprise teams in here. Miami, if anyone watched my past video, my week 7 predictions last week, I actually picked the Dolphins to beat the Bills. I thought they had a good shot, being at home and coming off a good win against Pittsburgh, and I was actually right. I was happy to get that upset win, but I still don't see them any higher than 23 yet. They have a little bit more to prove to me. They had a great win. I'll give them credit for that, but they still have some work to do for them to crack the top 20 in my power rankings. I see a lot of NFL experts out there have them higher. I just don't see them there yet. The one team that I did have a little bit higher than some may expect is the San Diego Chargers. They just came out and beat the Atlanta Falcons in a comeback fashion. They should have won a lot of games this year, but didn't. But this is actually a really good football team that I don't think a lot of people were expecting. Phillip Rivers is still playing strong, and Joey Bosa, I don't know how he was able to come out like he did, but he came out with a chip on his shoulder looking to at least prove that he's worth that guaranteed money that he was given with that weird contract negotiation, and good God, he is pulling that off well. He's going to be a really good player in this league. But San Diego's still not in my top half yet, but if they get one more win, they're definitely going to crack that. But going to the top half, like I said, number 15, the Houston Texans. They're the top team in the AFC South right now at 4-3, but that is anybody's division. When you have the Colts, Jaguars, and Texans all right there trying to take the division away, all it could come down to is a couple division wins for one team, and they're going to take it. So I think it's definitely the worst team in football right now, but we've seen stranger things from teams. Coming in 9-7, the New York Giants from who knows how many years back, and winning the Super Bowl that year. So who knows what can really happen. But the one surprise I do have here is Philadelphia at number 13. They just came out with a great win against Minnesota, and it was heartbreaking for me because I'm a Vikings fan. But I give Jim Schwartz and the Eagles defense a lot of credit. They did a great job handling a Vikings offense that has been very successful against the last two opponents, Houston and New York. But they took care of business. I'll give them credit for that. Their offense, though, did not prove enough to me to put them in the top 10. Carson Wentz struggled against this Vikings defense, and granted, the Vikings defense is top 3 in the league. You really can't make an argument against that. They're at least the top 3 in the league, and there's not many weapons for Carson Wentz to throw the ball to. So it's a little bit tough based on the Philadelphia offense to put them in the top 10. That's why I have them at number 13 right now. But they can prove that if they put a couple good games together, so we'll see. Moving on to the top 10, at numbers 9 and 10, I have Atlanta and Green Bay. They play each other this week, I believe. So who's able to get ahead of who will probably be determined by that game. I have the Falcons ahead of Green Bay right now just because of Packers' struggles against recent opponents. Obviously, they had that loss against the Cowboys, and they had a lot of struggles early on against the Bears, but Bears are number 31 in my power rankings, and they showed it in the second half against Green Bay. So Green Bay's got some work to do. I have Atlanta ahead of them right now, but they can see what they can do when those two face off this week. Top 8 here, the one surprise I probably have more than any other is the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals are playing like a playoff team right now, taking their offense from this last game where they only put up 6 points out of the question. Their defense played phenomenal against Seattle. I don't see them winning that division necessarily. I still see the Seahawks as the likely winners of that division. But seeing how the NFC is right now, the Cardinals are playing better than any other wild card team I see. I definitely see them as at least the number 6 seed, possibly number 5. But we'll just see how it goes. The only reason that some people may be surprised on where I have them is that they're 3-3-1. There's a lot of teams that have better records than 3-3-1 going into Week 8 of the regular season. But I still see the Cardinals as a really good team right now, better than a lot of those that have better records currently. Last week I didn't publish any power rankings, but I still have my Patriots, not my Patriots, but the Patriots at number 1. My Vikings at number 2. Vikings dropped to number 4 here, but New England, they're playing on a level that's above anybody else right now. Patriots with that Belichick-Brady combo, I can't pick against them any week unless they prove to be flawed in ways that we haven't seen yet. Their only loss this year came against Buffalo when they were starting their third-string quarterback. So I can't pick against the Patriots at all until they show me that I should. Because of that, they're going to be number 1 for the foreseeable future. We'll just see how everything goes. Now that Brady's back and playing like Tom Brady, and you can't really pick against that, in my opinion. That's my week 8 power rankings. I'm going to try to do them like every week, like I said. Look forward in a couple days. I'll get my NFL picks for Week 8, the games of Week 8 coming up. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Enjoy the NFL this week and have a good one.